It's joke, no joke, no joke. Oh, you know what it is. Keep on hating. You know what it is. Choke, no joke. I'm in the building. You already know. You're gonna come in. You're gonna hit that like button if you got love for me. And if you don't, mm, I'm gonna cry. Choke, no joke, man. I'm here. Y'all know what it is, man. Step in the building. We about to get things going. All right. I don't know what the hell is that on my face. But shout out to everybody in the building, Shard in the building. I got something on my what the hell is that? Whack on Wood is here. All right, Michelle Frizzy's in the building, the Jenny in the building, True Magic, Bruno, what up? Showtime, yes it is, Whack on Wood, Unpopping, what's up? Edgardo in the building, what up? Unpopping, you is very sad, and we're gonna talk about it. Choke no joke, man. I'm sure y'all heard the news. I'm just going to say a few things on that. Not too much, but something to give y'all something to think about. All right, let's get to the show. You already know we here now.
Choke no joke, yeah. It's choke no joke. Choke no joke, chicken choke no joke. Choke no joke, niggas choke no joke.
Happy Halloween.
Yo, remember Halloween? Choke no joke. Either one, y'all know how we did this.
Trick or treat, I did the evil things that gave you the creep, like sneaking in bodegas like Judy D. Take their eggs and bomb the streets. Attack the first person that I meet. I'm wasting food, folk dying to eat. Then I break out the socks that's filled with powder. Be dudes in their heads for hours. Who stayed in? They were the cowards. We sent them home sour. Got ill in the late hour. Got 2 to the 3D. Back to the reason a sock. When I walk out the park like Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, I got your heart. Halloween. They would quickly leave, cause they knew they would quickly bleed. Knots on your forehead like Mitch Green. Have you begging, please, just let me be. Some chicks so raw, smear shit on your door. Better be a chick they like or a chick they know. Cause chicks compete with tricks, not treat. Not from the street, get a hair full of knee. And you go back to school, spoiling the scene. And our teachers ain't safe, we glowing they see. Even the principal at assembly, I dumb buckets of blood like Carrie. It's scary. Where we bury them in Sousa Woods and Eden War. Halloween was scary. Let's go, yeah. Choke no joke. Happy Halloween. Who got the best costume on right now? Is it you? Put your hand in the air. Who got the best costume right now? Who snatched the bag right now? Get them kids they candy. Halloween. Halloween.
Never sue the other driver after a car accident.
Choke no joke. You already know we in the building. Get that Learn from Mistakes 2 out right now with that joint Halloween on it. Yeah. Shout out to my girl Erin. You know, much love to you, Erin. And you ain't hit me up or nothing, but you've been on my mind. And so I'm just showing love. All right. Shout out to Erin. She always look out for me, send me special gifts. So I always keep her in mind, you know. Choke no joke, you already know we in the building. So what I wanted to come on and talk about, uh, if you just came in, please, if you got love, hit the like button so the notifications could go out. I would appreciate it. Um, Shout out to everybody that's in the building already on the early tip. Blizzo from Brooklyn in the building. I see you. All right. Bruno, I see you. So I'm sure y'all heard by now that Big U, his son passed away. Well, I ain't gonna say he passed away. He got murdered in the streets of LA. And I really don't uh support or condone the gang culture because I feel like um for the most part, if you're not black, you Latino or Mexican, and if it ain't, the Mexicans or the Latinos going against the blacks, for the most part, you know, gangs, they kill each other. I excuse me, I don't know if this is gang related or not, but um according to stuff that I see on the internet, it gives me that impression. Uh, we know that Big U, him himself, is a rolling 60 Crip. Um, I don't know if that his son is a rolling 60 Crip or just by, you know, birth, growing up in that neighborhood, if he's even in the gang or not. But it's neither here nor there. Um, the point is, another man lost his life. Another black man lost his life. Um, I'm willing to bet $1 to a donut that if someone is arrested and convicted for this, it's not going to be a white guy. I doubt it'd be a Latino, you know, and I even doubt a little bit that it would be a Mexican. Excuse me. But those chances are, maybe 10, 20%. But for the most part, when you look at our history, most of the gangs on the West Coast, East Coast, worldwide, is usually, you know, the deaths. If they had a like a graph or a chart on how many black men in gangs were killed by, you know, either rival gang members of the same ethnicity or people from their own neighborhood that killed them. I'm willing to bet that at least 85% of black men have been killed by other black men in gangs, right? Um, I'm gonna look that up. I'm curious to know. Let's just go with last year because they will have the numbers. Shit. Jesus Christ. So the official statistics on the total number of gang-related deaths in the United States, specifically for 2024, are not yet available. However, law enforcement agencies reported over 69,000 incidents involving gang activity. 69,000 incidents involving gang activity from 2021 to 2024, which includes murders, aggravated assaults, rapes, and robberies. Let's just see in California. Jesus Christ. 81% of the homicide victims, this is just California in 2024, were male and 19% were female. Of the homicides where the victim's race was identified, 44.1% of the victims were Hispanic, 29% were Black, 19% were white, and 7.3% were other race and ethnic groups. Well, we know it's a lot more Hispanic people than there is Black people these days, but 19.6% were white, 29% were Black, and 44.1% of the victims were Hispanic. When the victim's relationship to the suspect was identified, 50.5% were killed by a friend or an acquaintance. Do you hear this, bro? 50% of the people that got killed was killed by a friend or an acquaintance. Guys, this is why you can't trust your friends no more. Look at Nipsey. Good looking life in AI TV. Appreciate the support. %50. Do you know that's half of the people that got killed by a friend or an acquaintance? Yo, bro. When you talk about you can't trust nobody, that is super scary. That is super scary. The large proportion of the male victims, which was 44.1%, were killed on the street or the sidewalk. Over half of the female victims were killed in a residence. Yo, man. I can't believe that. 50% were killed by a friend or acquaintance. 26% by a stranger and 17% by their spouse, parent, or child. Males were more likely than females to be killed by strangers. Females were more likely than males to be killed by their spouse, parent, or child. Like that killing your parents shouldn't even be a thing, bro. That should not even be a thing. Even though I know it happens, that should not even be a thing, bro. That's heartbreaking. That is so heartbreaking, bro. Yo, oh God, that is heartbreaking, bro. I'm gonna put this on the screen so y'all can see it. Can y'all see that? a compound. You can leave, man. You can skip through it later. Tell me to speed it up. Sitting here talking about deaths. You have no compassion. Good looking YouTube hip. Y'all see that? That's a sad thing, man. That's a sad thing. Now, here's what I wanted to say about the Big U situation because um, it's all speculation right now till someone get arrested and convicted about what happened, who it was done by, whatever. But what my question to y'all is, if gangs never existed, right? How much more black men, or not even black men, how much more people would be on the street if gangs never existed? If what was the number? 69,000 from in the last 3 years got killed, gang related. 69,000. 69,000. That's about 3 football stadiums. Like, can you imagine if gangs never existed? How many more people would be? How many more doctors we would have? How many more nurses we would have? How many more uh, educated brothers we would have out here? You know how many young men life got caught, like, lives got cut short because they decided to join in the gang. Some did it for protection, some did it to be cool, some did it because of rap music, you know, and and oh shit, that just happened. Um, some of them just being followers, some just grew up in neighborhoods, you know. Just can you imagine if gangs never existed? If gangs never existed, how many more people would be alive? Now, I want to say rest in peace to Big U's son. Now, here's the harsh reality in this, right? A lot of people are saying this is somewhat some type of karma for Big U for the life that he lived or whatever. Um, I don't want to believe that to be true. Um, but the harsh reality is, if you've known anyone that ever been locked up in the federal penitentiary, is he may never even get to see his son be buried. I know friends of mine that was in the federal penitentiary, and a family member and their family died, and the feds wouldn't even let them go to the funeral. And I would think in Big U's case, because of his reputation, because of you know being gang related and all that, they might not even let that brother go to his kid's funeral, man. So whenever he seen him the last time, might have been the last time that he seen him. you know, and to be incarcerated and lose a family member is it got to be very rough because I've been incarcerated and like a friend of mine passed away, and I was so heartbroken, that I got so caught up in the streets and getting arrested that I couldn't be there to see my friend get buried. More than one. I could think of two people right off the top of my head that got killed um, in my projects during my incarceration, and how devastated I was. And back then, being young minded, you be wanting to get revenge for for people and being incarcerated. You can't walk out the jail. You can't break out the jail. It's nothing that you could really do but mourn, and be sympathetic to you know, to the family and stuff. So I can only imagine, you know, what Big U was going through. You know, it ain't nothing he could do. It ain't nothing he could do as far as helping with the services. It ain't he can't even, you know, carry the coffin. You know what I'm saying? He can't put a flower on the grave. The most that he probably would get is them bringing him to the jail. I mean, out the jail to the funeral home before the services start. Let him view the body, and then they're gonna take him right back in. You know what I'm saying? And that's he may not even get. I don't know if his mother's alive. But he may not get to hug his own mother or father or other children or nieces and nephews if his son had any children. But, rest in peace, man, to his son, and my condolences go out to his family. Um, I met Big U maybe once, maybe twice, hanging around Trick Trick when I was managing Trick Trick. Big U was a friend of his, so I seen him around him. But it's sad, man. It's sad because you know how gang stuff happens. Is mostly an eye for an eye. So and they already reporting that the following night, like three people got shot. Allegedly, they saying in connection to that. I don't know if that's true or not, but yeah. So like I said, I met Big U, a few times, and I have no ties to that community. I don't know nobody in the family, but you know, my condolences go out to him, man. But since we on the subject of gangs and retaliation, what I'm about to say is going to be a contradiction to what I just said. But in the Tupac case, I was watching an interview with Marv James. Uh, Maybe about 5 years ago, he did this interview, and he was talking about, if you know he seen somebody that he had beef with, it's on site. And at the time he was talking, I think the person that interviewed him was asking him, did he ever see Orlando Anderson after the Tupac passed away? After Tupac passed away, and he was like, "Nah, he never seen him again." They wasn't really around, or he wasn't really around like that. And the person asked, "Well, if you would have seen him, what would have happened?" And he was like, "Oh man, it would have been on site, right?" So the thing that puzzled me about that, him saying that, is, so why, when they pulled up in front of Club 662, why they didn't do nothing? If he's the one that saw them in front of Club 662, right? And he said he called Buntry and was like, "Yo, the South Sides is out here." You know what I'm saying? If he's at Club 662, and they got all these dudes over there at the club, and they all live, waiting, to party or whatever, whatever. Why did he call Buntry opposing to handling anything himself? If he was, all he say he was back then. And not that I'm condoning any violence or anything. I'm just trying to figure out this Tupac thing in my head, right? Because if Tupac got jumped, I mean, if Tupac and the Mall Pirus jumped Orlando, and they antennas was up, so to speak, right? They were on alert, right? And these dudes pulled up to the club looking for them. Why did he just call Buntry and them? Why didn't he do anything? Run over to the car, yo, what y'all here for? Yo, y'all know better than to come around here. Like, why didn't why didn't he do anything? And if they were if they knew how serious the situation was, why wasn't anybody prepared for beef? It don't make sense. Now, in Mob James' case, he said his baby mother and Keefe D baby mother were best friends, right? So his baby mother and Keefe D baby mother was best friends, and his kid was living in that area. He went over there all the time, and he had really had no beef with them, and he was able to go in the South Side community as a Pyru. Then it would make sense if he seen him that he didn't want to have no smoke with him because he got to go over there and visit his kid, right? But why would he call his brother and not have pork butt or any of them? Why wasn't nobody that was there alerted, and they sitting right there opposed to letting them leave, and then the to go find Suge and pocking them? So Marv James, I know you be watching, you know, and I know you be paying attention because you be doing response videos to videos. So if you see this one, Marv James, if you sit there and you do an interview and you saying that if you would have ran into Orlando, it would have been on site, right? Why when Keefy D and them or the Cadillac pulled up in front of 662, you said they pulled into the bus stop. Keefy D said they pulled into the back of the club. You say he lying because if they would have pulled into the back of the club, they'd have got their butts tore up. So if you saw them pull into the front, whether they pulled into the front, if they pulled into the bus stop, or they pulled into the back of the club, why nothing happened? Why you had to get on the phone and call Buntry and them, who's could be at Suge House, could be at the hotel, or whatever? Why are you letting them know that KBD or the Cadillac is sitting there in front of the club? And if you was such a badass back then, not saying that you wasn't, I'm just saying, if you was such a badass back then, why nothing happened when they pulled up to the club? Anybody, does that make sense to anybody? If he's seen them at the club and there's a whole bunch of gangbangers there, and you know they have no business being over there, instead of spying them and getting on the phone like, yo, they over here. And but he was this badass Pyru, right? And they got other gang members in there, right? And I'm not taking nothing away from his street credibility tonight. I'm just asking a question that if it would be on site, if you saw Orlando after the fact, right? After he killed Tupac, allegedly, which we don't believe he did at all anyway, right? But if they pulled up to the club after a fight, why wasn't they addressed if you were standing outside? Why didn't you tell Pork Butt? Please answer that question if you find time in your busy schedule. It's just a question, brother. Nobody's questioning your gangster at all. I'm just asking a question because I seen you say in the interview that if you would have seen him after that, it would have been on site. So I'm just trying to figure that part out. All right, that's all I got to say on the Tupac thing tonight. I got more later, but something else I want to get into, right? A lot of y'all, when I talked about the Jay-Z verses, right? What is this thing? Check. Can y'all hear me now? 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Magneto, can you hear me? Bronx Dawn, can you hear me? Whack on Wood, can you hear me? Johnny Brown, can you hear me? All right, good. All right. So getting into this Jay-Z verses, right? A lot of people when I did the video the other day about it, a lot of people was like, yo, Choke, I'm mad at you because you didn't bring up Nas. Yo, I ain't watching you no more because you didn't say Nas, right? Because I said that Jay-Z saying that he can't be beaten in the verses, right? And I said, in my opinion, two people that I feel that will give Jay-Z a good challenge would be Lil Wayne and Drake, right? And I forgot to add LL Cool J in that list when I said that, right? Those are the three people I feel that if Jay went up against them in the verses, he could take a L. Wayne, Drake, and LL Cool J. Now, Nas is one of my favorite rappers, right? I'm not taking nothing away from Nas, but I personally don't think that if it came to a verses, 20 songs, I don't think that Nas has a strong enough 20 songs to win or 20 verses. Now, don't get me wrong. He can compete, but overall, do I think that Nas would win with his catalog against Jay's catalog or his verses against Jay? I don't know. Like I gotta really think about all the verses that he could do. But just from Nas' catalog alone, a lot of Nas songs are good songs, but I feel like Jay would have much bigger singles than Nas, right? And a lot of people have been saying Kanye. I think Kanye has a better chance uh than Nas just because of Kanye's run. But I'm not sleeping on Nas. Nas can definitely get up there and compete. But do I think Nas has a strong 20 songs that could compete with Jay's 20 songs? I know LL Cool J has a lot of big records. LL Cool J has a lot of big records. You know what I'm saying? Um, Even LL has a lot more big records than Nas do. Um, Busta Rhymes, Busta Rhymes could give Jay possibly a run for his money. 50 Cent also probably could give Jay a run for his money. DMX and remember when I picked my pick, I said I'm only picking people that did not do a verses already, right? And DMX he did a verses with Snoop. You know what I'm saying? But if you feel like Nas can, and I'm being disrespectful, you name 20 Nas records that you think right off top. Just name 20 of them, right? Anybody that feel like Nas can beat Jay, list 20 records right off the top of your head. Don't look nothing up. Don't go on Google. Don't go to his discography. Don't go to Billboard. Just in your head. And if you could say 20 Nas records, strong records, in your head, then you may be right. But me being a hip hop fan and being in hip hop before hip hop even started, and being the one that knows Nas' first hit, which was solo hit, which is It Ain't Hard to Tell. Like I know Nas records, just like I know Jay's records. And I don't think that Nas has a strong 20 back to back to back to back to back. See, if they went 10 for 10, then Nas can compete. If they go 10 records, then Nas has a chance. If they do 20 records, then I think that Jay can get him because it's verses. You know, he got joints with Beyonce. He got joints with so many other people that he could pull from. And Nas got joints with other people that he could pull from. But when you sit there and you think 20 verses, just go in your head and pull out 20 Nas verses that you think that he can use to win. Y'all saying Black Thought is y'all bugging. Black Thought ain't got no wins and no goddamn verses against Jay-Z. That don't mean that Black Thought cannot rap. That don't mean that Black Thought pen ain't ill. But he damn sure do not have 20 verses that's popular amongst nationwide, worldwide. And he's going to get up there and everybody's going to know the songs when he's doing it. I can't give you 10 Black Thought verses. So to say Black Thought is a reach. Same thing, and like I said with Eminem. Eminem got a bunch of songs, right? But go in your head and name 20 Eminem records. I think some of y'all get it twisted, right? Just like in the Cash Money and No Limit verses, right? No Limit did a bunch of songs that I didn't know like that. And I've been a No Limit fan since No Limit started. But some of them songs that they didn't really hit to me like that, right? And unless you from Louisiana or from the South, like some of those records flew over your head. You might have been like, what song is that? Right? Or you didn't jump out your seat for it like you did About It. Or Make Them Say or the Ice Cream Man. Like, or the same thing with Cash Money. Like BG did a song that I wasn't jumping out my seat for. Even the first song that Juvie did. I remember the song, but I didn't jump out my seat for it. So you gotta they in Cash Money. I mean, No Limit didn't even do Hootie Hoo. They didn't even do Wobble Wobble, right? And I feel like those records was stronger than some of the records that they did. And they probably didn't do Hootie Hoo because that was a diss record to Birdman. And they probably didn't want to start no beef. Missy would be good, but do you want to see Missy against Jay-Z? No. I'd rather see Missy against Buster. I could easily name a 20 Jay-Z song. Anyone can name 20 Jay-Z songs. And to prove it, I'm not touching the computer, right? Let me see. 20 Jay-Z songs. Can't Knock the Hustle, right? Uh, I'm sure he would do that one and probably bring out Mary J. Blige, right? Dead Presidents. Um, Ain't No Nigga with Foxy Brown. Imaginary Player. Um, I know he wouldn't do Hard Knock Life, but Hard Knock Life is one of his biggest songs, so I will put Hard Knock Life there, right? That's 5 right there, right? Um, Brooklyn's Finest, him and Big. Um, if he had to do something for the women's, girls, girls, girls. The joint with Alicia Keys, Empire State Mind. Empire State of Mind. Uh, I'm from New York. You know that's gonna ring. You know that's gonna ring, right? Money Cash Holes with DMX. Uh, that's 10 songs right there, right? That's just 10 right there. Then uh if he brought out Beyonce and they did '03 Bonnie and Clyde, right? That's 11 songs right there. And I'm not looking, I'm just going off the top of the head, right? Um, Encore, 99 Problems, Run This Town with Kanye, Umbrella with Rihanna. That's 15 right there, bro. I don't even know if he would do Change Clothes. That probably not. I don't even think he would do Song Cry, right? I don't know about those, right? But that would put you at 17. Um, 6 a.m., 6 in the morning with Beanie Siegel. What other J fake joints he got? Um, what's the name of that song? Can I Get Her with Ja Rule In the mill. That's 19 right there. And those ain't even his best songs. That I'm just going off ones that I know that's popular. That if people hear them, they would know them. Lost One. That's pay everybody's favorite line. If you made a hole, make another hole. Right? That's 20 songs right there. Easy. And I guarantee you, it's so many more that I'm forgetting. Um, Now that I named 20, let me look up some. Friend or foe. I forgot about that. The city is mine. Reservoir Dogs. Oh, money ain't a thing with Jermaine Dupri. Oh, what about Rock Boys? I ain't even thinking about that. Rock Boys. What about his verse of Swagger Like Us? Or the Guess Who's Back joint with Scarface? Or his remix verse on Diamonds Are Forever. Oh, I forgot about H to the Izzo. I forgot about Who You With. Or This Can't Be Life with Scarface and Beanie Siegel. What about his verse on Crazy in Love? I ain't even say that. And outside of the old three, Bonnie and Clyde, him and Beyonce, Crazy in Love. Or 1-900 Hustler. I wouldn't even do it. It was all good just a week ago. Oh, what about Jigga What? Jigga Who? The originators with a Mill and Jazzo. So Ghetto. What about Is That Your Chick with Bleak and Missy? Money Cash Hoes, Dirt Off Your Shoulder. Can I Live? What about the joint with Sparks? I Just Want to Love You. Give It to Me. Take Over. What about the verse on Freeway Record? What we do is wrong. I said niggas in Paris run this town. Public PSA. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is. He got too many, bro. I ain't even. What if he brought out Bum B and did Big Pimpin'? What about Cough Up a Lung, Where I'm From, Marcy, son? I said encore. I don't know if Otis is a good one, unless he brought out Kanye. Like that's like 40 records that I just said that he could narrow down to 20. You know what I'm saying? Depending on who he going against, it's all about song selection, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Because he could go against LL, and if he don't pick the right records, he could lose. I love the dough. I'm telling y'all, he got a strong 50 clip. Easy. He got a strong 50 clip. You know what I'm saying? That he can narrow down to 20 and still have 30 on the side in case a nigga plays some shit that he need to go and counter that particular record. It wouldn't be a cakewalk. He got too many too many big records. Nas got records, you know what I'm saying? He got a lot of joints that's, album cuts and stuff. But Jay got a lot of big records that as soon as you hear the music, you gonna be like, oh, you gonna know it. And that's how you win verses. You pick the records that everybody know. You don't go up there and you do your favorites or the local favorites. You know what I'm saying? You do the joints everybody should know. Excuse Me, Miss is a good one. He got too many. So anybody that come at him, they gotta have as many big records. Wayne got a lot of big records. Drake got a lot of big records. And I can't stand Drake. I do not like Drake. I don't like Drake. I don't think I ever bought a Drake album in my life. I never bought a Drake record. Ever. I don't like Drake. Like to me, he can flow, he can rap, but the nigga don't be saying nothing. His music ain't got no substance to me. He just be rapping. And most of the time it sounds like he just be talking and just saying anything. I can't stand Drake. But in the verses, he got a bunch of big records. Records that everybody would or the majority would know. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Wayne. Wayne could go from the Hot Boys to his solo career to features. Ice Cube got a lot of joints too. But I think Ice Cube would lose. And I like Cube. I love Cube. Don't get that. I'm more than like Cube. I love Cube. You know what I'm saying? But he got a lot of joints. He got the Straight Outta Compton album. He got the America's Most Wanted album. He got the Kill at Will EP. He got the Death Certificate album. Um, just on those four right there, he got a strong 20. But I don't think that he got a 20 that will top Jay's. Well, Ja Rule, he already smoked Fat Joe, so he went already. I ain't talking about nobody that did it already. Um, like I said, Wayne, LL, Drake, Ice Cube could Ice Cube and Nas, they could compete, but I don't think they would win. I don't think they records are big enough, a strong 20 records that's gonna really grab the crowd and hold them. Jay got too many to choose from. Yeah, the Fiesta remix. You're right. With R. Kelly. Oh, the best of both worlds. He got that. The best of both worlds. He got like three records from those two albums. I forgot about that. That's what I'm saying. Jay got too many records. That's why I feel his confidence when it come to doing the verses. I feel his confidence because he got a lot. Yeah, Q got the West Side Connection too. But it's a no to Eminem. I don't even think Nelly got a chance. Nelly got a bunch of big records, but Nelly better off going at a Ludacris or somebody. I would even like to see Lil Wayne go against Ti. I think Lil Wayne and Ti would be a great matchup. So yeah. So for all y'all that was mad at me that because I didn't say Nas, oh Chuck, you didn't say Nas. I can't believe you ain't say Nas. If you could pull 20 out your head, just like I did with Jay, and then just now, after looking, I done gave you 50 strong joints that Jay could pull from. And I'm still missing some. If you could just pull 20 out your head, like I did with Nas, then you got a valid point. But me, I can't pull 20 out my head of Nas records that I think are big records that he gonna be able to compete all the way through. So please, everything ain't hate, man. I like Nas more than I like Jay. Because Jay's a biter. He bit a lot of people's stuff. And Nas is more original than Jay. But if we being realistic and we talking verses, Jay would beat Nas in verses. Is he a better artist? Is he a better rapper? And all that? I'm not saying that. I'm just talking verses. All right? Choke no joke, man. Y'all know what it is. I'll be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. You know, Monday through Friday, I'm live at 7 p.m., so don't miss me. Tune in. Tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend. I'm live at 7 p.m. again. All right? Choke no joke. You know what it is, man. All right? Catch y'all in the AM.
Jack Brown, you know what it is. Keep on hating, you know what it is. Never did I think hip-hop go this far. Never did I think I see Diddy behind bars or kills, penitentiary scars. The man act, is it going too far? Back, y'all industry rats, y'all whack. That's 100 on Pyro. You'll be trapped like Pac. The go viral. Gene saw the nuts of gyro. At the freak off and Diddy too. But plug shopper, free door stopper. Nigga, you don't know if you a criminal or a cop. But you next to be locked. Ask Keefy D. Telling on yourself on Vlad TV. You dumb nigga, you right. You never be me. And I never be you too. Telling on YouTube, yeah, sitting on the step, giving up myself. What the fuck I look like? My name G-Dap. Comb legacy doom. Will the bad boy see time like loan? Your extortion fell through. You friend no one like the moon. What did you do? Sat back and watch him get groomed. Only badge in the room. You and wifey drunk the juice. Saw the check for Pac's life. And his back right. Guess it's bad boy for life. Or should I say same gang? You the same lane. That Diddy let hang. And now he chain gang. Damn, you rocked him, fella. Didn't you? For the mozzarella. Did it for Wolf and his mother, D-Fur and Kurt Burrow. Nah, nigga, you did it cause your ass ain't thorough. And you ain't from the boroughs. Joke, no joke, you know what it is. This one's for the whole earth, you know. When they get disrespectful, I just go to the booth and kick the truth to the young black youth. Joke, no joke, you know what it is. Keep on hating, you know what it is.
Choke no joke. Yeah. It's choke no joke. Choke no joke. Chicken choke no joke. Choke no joke. Niggas choke no joke.